Hi YouTube, it's Tiffany or VSG Mom of Three coming to you one day post-op. So I had my surgery yesterday at the Valley Hospital in Ridgewood, New Jersey with Dr. Vladimir Gritzis, and it was a late surgery. I don't think they took me into the operating room until 5 o'clock last night, and so I stayed overnight. But I was able to keep down 8 ounces of fluid this morning and do a couple laps in the hospital, so they released me at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. So my husband brought me home, and I have to say I've been very groggy and pretty uncomfortable. One of the people I like to watch who doesn't make videos anymore, but VSG Heart on My Sleeve, talked about using a heating pad. So when I came home, I went and got the heating pad, and that's helped. My kids are off to see a Yankee game with my dad, so it's quiet here, which is great. I tried to take a pain killer medicine before, but the pills are like this big, so I chopped it up. And then chopping it up, the water tasted chalky, and so I actually gagged when trying to get that down, which wasn't pleasant. I don't think that I am putting in enough fluids at home yet. I have my little nightstand with my... Let's see if I can get this to work. I have my Premier protein shake. I have, in my little 1 ounce glass, I have a bottle of water, and I have a Powerade Zero. So the water and the Premier protein are actually staying out down better than I expected. So I have been laying in bed since I've gotten home. I've done a couple laps around the house. It does help to break up the gas pains. I do feel gas pains. And then I have my nifty breathing apparatus thing here, which it actually is a little painful to take deep breaths into. But so I've been trying to do that every couple of hours, 5 to 10 times, just to make sure that I don't develop pneumonia. And that keep stuff out of my lungs. I am really, really hoping to feel better tomorrow. Oops, I dropped my iPad. Because I am supposed to help chaperone one of my daughter's field trips. And I agreed to do that before my surgery was scheduled. And then even once surgery was scheduled for May 4th. And then it got moved back to May 6th. Then at that point, I'm her class mom, and I'm already, in there. But there's lots of other moms going because it's a field trip to, I'm so loopy right now, sorry. It's a field trip to Ellis Island. So I don't want her to get upset and feel like I'm not going to be there for her. It's a long bus ride, and it's not a lot of walking, and then, because we're not going to the Statue of Liberty, just Ellis Island, walking around there a little bit, and then getting back and coming back home. So feeling much better now than I was when I was discharged, so I'm hoping that, I can get that to work. But I'm not foolish enough to push myself too hard. My husband is staying home, so I might be able to just send him on the trip instead of myself. We'll see what happens. The biggest thing I can say is, yes, chapstick at the hospital is great, but unless you start getting your fluids in, you're going to have that chalky, dry feeling in your mouth, which I still have. And it's causing me to cough, and coughing hurts a little, so it's a vicious cycle. But overall, now that I have the heating pad on and I'm home, excuse me, and I've napped a bit at home, I feel better. But I'm still sore. I was in more pain than I expected to be, especially based off of some other people's videos, and then some of the women in my support group. I'm in more pain than I assumed, which is foolish of me. But hoping that, a quiet night at home with my own stuff is going to make me feel much better in the long run. And I have almost the entire Premier shake down at this point. It's been about 5 hours, I guess, that I've been working on it. So that's 30 grams of protein, and I think for my first day back from the hospital, being able to hold down 30 grams of protein is not a bad thing. So my follow-up visit with Dr. Gritzis is next week, a week after surgery, and so I'll pop in again in a couple days and let you know how I'm holding up. So be well.